Hi, I'm Łukasz.
My name is Adam Zieliński. So we are co-founders of the Scubaphone company, and today we would like to tell you about the Scubaphone itself, an underwater communicator for divers. And since we are going to talk about scuba diving market, you may worry that this kind of niche, too small market to bother. So please do not worry, because it's big enough. It's worth $8 billion per year, and it grows at a pace of 2.5% per year. There are more than 10 million active divers in the world, most of them in the US, but also in other parts of the world, such as Europe. And we also know that there are more than 1 million new diving certificates being awarded every year. And finally, divers are quite rich as customers.
Exploring underwater world is exceptional experience and also quite fun. However, to be able to truly enjoy it, you have to feel safe and comfortable underwater. Communication between diving partners plays a crucial role in improving those feelings. I can tell you this as a diver and scientist with years of experience in both recreational diving and conducting underwater research. Just imagine yourself trying to explain something to your partner using just hand signs, because that is how we do it nowadays.
Okay, so let's stop here for a while. So far, divers have been communicating with each other either by using hand gestures or so-called wet notes, or by using expensive electronic devices combined with full face masks. The first option, gestures, are the most basic way of communicating for divers, but the problem is that this is rather ineffective way of communication. What's more, you are able to pass only the most basic standard information by hand gestures. The second option, wet notes, allows you to write underwater, which is okay, but it's rather slow. And what's more, it takes both of your hands. Both hands are occupied, you cannot do anything else while writing. And the third option, if you want to say something more, then you can try to use so-called full face mask with an electronic transmitter attached to it. The problem is that this option is very expensive, as such a mask costs at least $500. And your partner will have to buy a second mask, because otherwise you will not hear each other, because such masks work only in pairs.
Underwater communication has to change, and it will change, thanks to our invention, the Scubaphone. This is a unique device that allows you to freely talk underwater while using standard diving equipment. It contains no electronics, no power source, it is robust and at least 5 times cheaper than complex electronic systems. What is more, you do not need any receiver to hear what your partner says, because sound is transmitted directly through the water at distances greater than 20 meters. It also doesn't have any operational depth limits.
Okay, so our Scubaphone can be used in all possible circumstances, and it offers scuba divers an opportunity to freely talk. That's the most natural way of communication. But let me give you 3 concrete examples of how our Scubaphone can be used. The first example refers to a situation when a diving instructor teaches somebody else how to dive. If an instructor uses our Scubaphone, he or she will be able to give more precise instructions to a diving student, or to calm him or her down if necessary. So that's the first case. The second example refers to so-called underwater guided tours. If you undertake such a dive, and you want to see a wreck underwater, observe underwater life, then a guide which will be guiding you underwater will be much more effective while using our Scubaphone and explaining everything with his or her own words. And the third example refers to a situation, or to the fact that you never dive alone. You always dive with your partner or in a group. And with our Scubaphone, you will be able to enjoy your dive more.
For years, I have been investigating how different species of marine mammals produce sounds underwater in order to mimic those features. It took lots of hard work, tens of prototypes, and hundreds of hours spent underwater until the Scubaphone was born. The final solution is protected by patent application. It has been tested by numerous experienced divers and diving instructors and welcomed with enthusiasm. Currently, we are just a step away from starting production.
Okay, so I think it's time we present ourselves. We are the five of us. Two of us, Łukasz Nowak and Michał Bekowski, are experienced active researchers working in the leading research institutions in Poland. They are both experts on bio and hydroacoustics, electronics and underwater technologies. They are also both very experienced divers. Katarzyna Parkitna is our project manager. She's in charge of external funds, grants that we want to obtain for our research and development activities. Rafał Detkoś is a professional industrial designer, and his role in our team is to make our products as attractive and functional at the same time for our customers as possible. And finally, myself, I'm running the company. I have been working for the Foundation for Polish Science for the last 10 years, and I'm a scuba diver too. My turn again. So I wanted to tell you something about the way we want to enter the market. Our model is quite simple. We would like to start by addressing the most influential and the most experienced group of scuba divers, that is diving instructors. There are more than 300,000 of them around the world, and each of diving instructor teaches at least 100 or even 200 sometimes dive students a year. What's more, we know that diving instructors have strong links between one another, and they together form a very strong network. We also found out that if we approach diving instructors and let them test our device and the test goes well, then the diving instructors will not only buy our stuff themselves, but they will also recommend it to their colleagues or diving students. And finally, we also approached the leading diving associations in the world, a couple of them, and we've learned that it is possible to create so-called certified diving courses, like diving with Scubaphone, for instance, which is also another way of entering the market.
The Scubaphone is our first product to revolutionize the diving market. However, we do not want to stop here. New projects based on our own research, knowledge and experience in our underwater technologies are just waiting to follow. An active electronic communication system for communication between divers and the boat, bionic sonar, a personal underwater echolocation device for divers, and also an innovative system for preventing dolphins and other marine mammals being caught in fishing nets. And our goals for the first year are to start the production, to extend IP protection over US and Europe, and to offer our first products to the diving instructors, to whom we will later on extend our offer to the divers from all around the world. Within 2 years, we shall break even and set new standard in underwater communication. No later than 3 years from now, we will introduce our new products.
In terms of investment opportunity, we have prepared a minority stake for an investment of $0.8 million, and with such an investment, we'll be able to complete our product, launch a production, hire key personnel, protect our IP on the main markets, and also promote ourselves within the diving community. I would like to add here that apart from this investment, we are also trying to make use of available public funds, which are quite generous for startups in Poland.
And you can see on the last slide, the Scubaphone has already been featured several times by Polish media, and we are convinced that soon you will hear more about us from international sources. So stay tuned, and thank you for your attention.
Zmieni się sposób komunikacji podwodnej wykorzystujący nurtów. Taki od początku przyświecał nam cel, natomiast czy i na ile jest to wykonalne, pozostawiam też w Twojej ocenie po tej zobaczymy.
Somebody who wishes to start. We got 5 minutes for questions, answers and comments.
Yes.
Can you just demonstrate how it works? Quick presentation.
Well, I can demonstrate how it works, however, it works completely different in air and in water, because in air it will basically radiate sound through the hole, which is for air exhausts, and in water it has an acoustic header which is intended to capture air vibrations, namely the voice, and translate it to vibrations of the structure inside, which then propagate through the water.
Do you have to remove the mask and then use this?
Well, you can use it in both ways, because it's intended to use with standard mouth-held diving regulators. This is the equipment which vast majority of divers use, and you can either remove your regulator and put the Scubaphone and talk as long as you breath take, or you can combine it with a backup regulator, and then you can breathe and talk as long as you wish.
Yeah, because this is the first prototype we made, so another one is integrated.
Anyone else?
So the one natural question is, it's quite big, so are you working on trying to, I think the integration is a great idea. I think for many that's probably the way to go. The other thing is are you trying to miniaturize it? Another question I have is do you have any prestigious users that are using it, and are you looking at, have you considered working with places like DARPA in the United States, which is the R&D part of the U.S. military, because you've got the SEALs and Marines and other people that may be interested in something like that. And I'll just leave you with those questions.
Okay, so about miniaturizing this, the size of the device is strictly connected with the way it works. So we are, well, if you would like to make it smaller, it will also work less effective. So we found out, we've tested, we've constructed literally tens of prototypes and tested it with many divers, and we found out that it's quite optimal size and shape. And about...
Okay, yeah, I'll continue on the same question. Because please remember that if you go underwater, we tend to say that divers look like Christmas trees because they have everything hanging around them. So the size is not really a problem underwater. The question was...
Also, DARPA, or trying to get established with a premier customer, at least using it, and then
we've made an attempt in Poland. We have also sort of Navy SEALs in Poland for Mozart. It's a really small unit, so in terms of market opportunities, not that attractive. But there are some features for a device. For instance, the fact that you cannot be tapped underwater that make it potentially useful. But I'm not sure about it. We started with diving associations, with PADI mainly, because we just thought that's the biggest market.
We'll take two more questions, one from Shimon and one from Andy.
Quick question about precisely about distributing this. So, okay, reaching the daily structure, but how do you want to make it more global than pond?
Okay, so basically reaching diving instructors is quite easy because they do advertise themselves. This is their business. And we spoke to many diving instructors. They are, first of all, interested in using Scubaphone, for instance, in their diving courses, because it's very convenient for them. But they are also interested to cooperate with us and to distribute the Scubaphone. And we have also spoken with people representing diving organizations about possibilities of creating specialized courses of underwater communication, and we are also aware of these possibilities. We've got also diving instructors interested in organizing such courses.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's fine. The very last one.
Yeah, real quick. Is the technology really that revolutionary? Is there anybody else in the market that you guys think is a competitor?
So,
Is there? I mean, it seems like a pretty amazing stuff. It seems, but is it really?
yeah, if you dive, I don't know if you dive or
Yes.
if you go to a diving course, then you know that you are learned to communicate using hand signs.
I know. I'm sorry to cut you off because I know we have a lot of time. I know Like traditionally, how divers communicate underwater and
Yeah.
I've done this, it's fine. I'm just saying is that the problem that you guys are trying to solve,
Yeah.
it's a reasonably big problem. Are you the only one trying to solve it?
Yes,
That's it.
actually, yes.
Yeah.
If you would like to go to the store, to the biggest diving center, and try to buy something to talk with underwater, yeah, they won't have anything to offer to you.
Okay, thank you very much.